All right, gang, I want to talk to you about something today. I'm going to call it muscle talk. I'm going to share just a couple basic isometric movements, but I really just want to talk about muscle talk. I've been telling this to people for years and years. If your mind, hear me when I say this, this is really, really important. If your mind is on your muscles will mind. Let me say it again. If your mind is on your muscles will mind. Now, what do I mean by that? When I have clients that are working out, maybe they're working their pecs or something, and they're doing an exercise, and I tell them they got to concentrate more. Why? So they can get more out of it. I'm trying to have people work on quality, not quantity. What good is doing a ton of reps if you do them incorrectly, if the muscles really aren't being taxed? But when you focus, like right now I'm talking about, getting ready to talk about the pectoralis muscles, right? Because my mind is focused on talking about that, I can feel my pectoralis contracting, right? So this is so powerful. Most advanced computer in the world is in your head. And if you can learn how to use your mind to focus on your muscles, then you're going to get more out of that movement no matter what it is. So if I'm bench pressing or something like that, or get done doing a push-up, in between I'm always stretching or contracting the muscles. Well, one stretch I do for my chest is I'll just pull back slowly like that, stretching, so I can feel the sides of my pecs stretching. I pull it back, stretch, stretch. Then I push down and I squeeze those pecs together as I'm breathing out generally. And I squeeze my pecs, and I also want to feel my abdominals here. See, you should feel your abs contracting. Okay, you want to feel those abdominals contracting as you're pushing down. You stretch, and don't have them too low. We want them up here so it gets even a better stretch in the pecs. Overstretch it, intentionally stretch. Breathe out, squeeze, squeeze. That's just a good movement to help you connect more with your pecs in between your cable crossovers or your push-ups. Now, when you do a push-up, a lot of people talk about doing push-ups. It's important, yes, have your back flat, all that stuff. Have your head in line with your shoulders. Those things are extremely important. But with that, remember this. When you're lowering your body to the floor, it's the same as if you're lowering the bar when you're bench pressing to your chest. So whatever you concentrate on when you're pushing your body away from the floor, it's the same as what you're concentrating on when you push the bar away from your chest. As you're pushing it away from the chest, the hardest part, you're breathing out, and you should be trying to contract the muscles of the pecs. You're pushing, you're contracting. And as you lower your body in a push-up down to the floor, you should be concentrating on feeling that deep stretch of the pectoralis muscles. Then you're contracting, you're stretching, the same as if you're bench pressing. I submit to you right now, if you apply what I'm telling you right now to every exercise that you do, you're going to get much more out of the movement. So when you start your push-up or your bench, pay close attention to that downward stretch, then that upward contraction. Stretch, really pull, stretch, contract. You know, the first book I wrote was Secrets to a Tight Stomach. And the reason I call it Secrets to a Tight Stomach is, unknowingly to most people, if you're breathing correctly, you're always working your abdominal muscles. So they're always being worked, my friends. But you have to be aware of that, all right? So you're doing an exercise for your pecs, and you're coming in like this, you're doing like a one-arm cable thing, and you can do that without even the cable. I can do this right now for my pecs. Feel it stretching, coming up, I feel the stretch. As soon as I start moving it downward, I start contracting. And you notice I got the same bend in the arm. It isn't an arm movement. The arms are just part, it's kind of like those clocks, timers for people that play music, right? A pendulum going back and forth. Whatever bend you have, the bend stays the same. What you're trying to do is get that pressure on the pecs, and that'll keep your pecs much firmer and tighter. All right, gang. I hope this has served you well. We're going to see you next time on what? Winning workouts. Stay fit, stay blessed, and remember this. Don't neglect your health portfolio. I love you, gang.